Welcome, adventurers, to Limit Break 20. Today we're diving into the world of Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG. Whether you're a seasoned warrior of light or new to the realm, this game offers a unique experience for everyone. In today's video, we're going to go over first impressions as well as some standout features of the recently launched starter set. So let's get into it. First off, this is a tabletop RPG made for fans of the Final Fantasy XIV online game. Created by Square Enix, the tabletop version brings the rich lore, epic quests, and familiar mechanics of Final Fantasy XIV to your gaming table. Now, if you haven't played the online game, don't worry, you can still enjoy the adventure. But there's a special charm for those here who have journeyed through Warrior Online. I also want to touch base on what this experience is like for players who have experience playing other tabletop RPGs such as Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition and Pathfinder. I would classify the starter set as a solid launch point for someone who is new to tabletop RPGs. There are simplified mechanics, and the character sheets are very clear about the primary and secondary actions a character can make. Now, if you're experienced at tabletop RPGs, this is going to feel more like a beta than a full-fledged system to run a campaign. In fact, game masters, which I think should be called crystal bears in this tabletop RPG, might find it very difficult to create an ongoing campaign with this set. I plan on doing a follow-up video on what game masters can expect out of the starter set in the future, as well as some ways to maybe make this more palatable if you're having trouble with it. Let's talk about party composition. This is actually one of the coolest parts about the system. Just like in the online game, party composition is crucial in Final Fantasy XIV Tabletop. There are three main roles: tank, damage dealer, and healer. Now, if you've ever played Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, you will mostly find that being a true tank is very difficult. There are really only three subclasses that truly have the ability to draw the ire of the enemy. Well, there's four if you count the Battlemaster fighter, but that's a tale for another tavern. The tank protects the party and draws enemy attacks. They do this with a unique feature called enmity. A creature affected by enmity has a -5 penalty to attacks against any other player than the tank. You can finally live out that damage sponge fantasy you've always dreamed of. Healers. Well, if I got to break down what healers do for the party, we're going to have to work on your nerd cred. Healers basically keep everyone alive. But don't worry, they have offensive abilities as well, so they have much more utility. Just make sure that you keep those sweet, sweet heals coming. Damage dealers focus on taking down foes. Their attacks hit harder, and they roll additional damage dice on direct hits. Balancing these rules is key to overcoming challenges and ensuring your party's success. Now let's discuss the starter set in more detail. While it's a fantastic introduction to the game, it does feel a bit incomplete. The set includes 3 scenarios with character levels at 30, 40, and 50. The character sheets are pre-filled with all the primary actions, secondary actions, and instant abilities. For us D&D folks, there are actions, bonus actions, and reactions respectively. However, there are nuances and strategies involved. Now, the character levels are more mid to late game progression, so think of this as a beta version. The full experience will come later this year or next year with the release of the standard rulebook and the scenario and game master's guide. These guides will provide a complete framework for your adventures, making the game more immersive and comprehensive. In addition, you get 6 sets of dice, all of various primary colors. If you're expecting pastels, you're going to be sorely disappointed. However, one adorable feature is that the 20 is replaced by the circular Final Fantasy XIV logo. Also, the game only uses D20s and D6s, so it's much more streamlined than Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition or Pathfinder. The set also includes several maps with hefty cardboard pieces such as players, enemies, chocobos, yeah, we get chocobos, NPCs, as well as enemies and areas of effect. So to sum up, the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG is a must-play for fans of the online game, offering a new way to experience Aurora's magic. I do feel that it is also a great launching point for someone new to the tabletop RPG scene. Its streamlined mechanics and basic rules are easy enough to grasp. Party composition plays a vital role with tanks, damage dealers, and healers, creating a system of defined rules and unique abilities and skills that make every character feel like they're playing a vital part to the team's success. And while the starter set is a great introduction, stay tuned to the upcoming standard rules book and the Scenario and Game Master's guide for the full experience. Thank you for joining me on this journey to the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to attune to this channel by liking and subscribing, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for more Limit Break 20 content. Also, Leave me a comment telling me what you'd like to see me cover next on this channel. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe, adventurers.